And welcome to another episode of the Rorschach Test Podcast. I am your host, Tyrell James. Today I have a very, very special guest with me, Latrece Hawkins Lytes. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We got history. You've known me since I was in high school. So I'm not gonna say how long that is because I'm not gonna date you. I don't care about dating myself, but I'm not gonna date you. So you no, you're good. You're good. So but yeah, I remember I have been driving through the area and I see signs up for people I went to high school with who are running for certain offices. I got a friend that's running for a state delegate. I got friends that are running for a sheriff and um, another state delegate, um, ANC commissioner. Like it's just a bunch of different things. I see the signs up, right? I didn't see your sign. I got a call about you. Yeah, of course. I live on the Eastern Shore now, so I'm probably about 2 hours away from you. So it's kind of harder for me to see your signs. But I got a call about it. And my cousin was like, "Yo, did you know that Treese was running for lieutenant governor?" And I was like, "Nah, I didn't know that. Let me call Treese." But I say that to say, as I'm driving around and I see my other friends' signs up, I get this sense of pride. I'm proud to say that's my friend that's running for that. But this was different because as cool as I am with them, I'm closer to you than I am to them, and I have more history with you than I do with them. So, and for you to be running for lieutenant governor, I was like, yo, this is amazing. I am so incredibly happy and proud
Thank
to say
you.
that. That's what she's like my big sisters. All right, it was just, it was really really cool. But I've done enough talking for now. I want you to just kind of tell me, how did you get involved in running for lieutenant governor?
Well, in regards to the signs on the Eastern Shore, you'll probably see more yard signs than anything. We are going to bring some of the billboards or a few billboards out there eventually, but and we're getting closer. So I can't give you an exact date because we are getting really close to the election time. But you do see a lot of yard signs out there in your area. But my name's Latrece Hawkins Lytes, candidate for Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, running with Mr. Eshwani Jain for governor. And I got into politics because this is where God wanted me to be. God placed me where He wanted me to be when He wanted me to be there. Ashwani came to my church to visit, and it just so happened that that particular Sunday, my pastor called me down to speak in front of the congregation. So he was able to hear me speak and go a little bit into my background and some things that I had been through. We talked afterwards and kept in touch with each other. We did a lot of phone calls, Zoom calls, and by the end of 2021, last year, he asked me if I would come on board as his running mate. And the top of the year, January, he announced it, and here we are. We just kind of took off from there. But yeah, at the end of it all, or the beginning of it all, it's where God wanted me to be.
Right. Okay. Um, so for anybody who may be unfamiliar with how I do things on the show, what I do is I put up a series of Rorschach tests. I ask my guests exactly what it is that they see, and based off of what they see, I connect it to their passions and to what it is that they do for a living. In this case, I will be asking Treese. Now, I know I said she's like a big sister to me, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to ask her some hot seat questions, okay? I'm going to make sure that I ask some hard questions because of course, this is so much bigger than just us, and people have to hear exactly what it is that you all are bringing to the table and why you all are the best fit for, lieutenant governor and governor. So but so yeah, that's what I do. I'm going to be asking these questions based off of them being on the campaign trail and based off of what they plan to do once they get into office. Um, Now, I have to run over a quick disclaimer before we get started. So, my disclaimer is I am not a therapist, nor am I qualified to psychoanalyze anybody. However, I'm going to do it anyway. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with the first picture. So, we will go here. Okay. So, in this picture, you say you saw a face.
Yes.
You see the two eyes, the nose, and the mouth.
Yes.
I like to leave the picture up there for a couple seconds so the other people can kind of see what they see. I see what you see as well. I definitely see that. So I want to start with the nose. I want to kind of break this thing down, okay? I want to talk about the nose, I want to talk about the eyes, I want to talk about the mouth, and I want to talk about the face in totality, okay? But I want to start with the nose, okay? Now let's go back to childhood, all right? Were you a nosy kid?
Mm-hmm. Always in somebody's business. Yep. My my family called me Tape and Channel 7 News because, like, if they're in the room talking, like my mom and her sisters be in the room talking and they whispering, and then I come in, they be like, "Shh, here come Tape, here come Tape." So yeah, they knew. Okay, if she hit just the small tad bit of the conversation, she gonna go back and she gonna tell our mom, which was my grandmother. My grandmother was my best friend. So
Mhm.
yeah, my grandmother asked me, "Oh, I'm gonna give her everything they said with like no cut, like yep." And she said this, and then she said this, and then they said they was gonna do the yep, the whole nine. Yeah, yes, I was crazy.
So did that eventually turn into just being inquisitive and just wanting to learn more and just kind of soak things up?
Mm, I cannot say yes to that.
You're
um,
still nosy.
I I think we all have a little bit of nosiness in us. So if it's a group of people standing around talking, we're gonna wonder like, yeah, what's going on? Now, and if something catches your ear, then you stay a little longer to hear some more. And if it doesn't, you like, oh, well, she ain't work like that. You just keep on going. So
Mhm.
I guess I'm still the same. I guess I don't think I'm as bad. Like nobody's like, oh my gosh, be quiet, here she comes. So I don't think I'm as bad as I was. But yeah.
You don't know if they saying be quiet, here she comes, because they're
I
not
mean,
gonna let
I'm just assuming 'cause people talk to me now versus when I was little. They would be like, "Mm, don't say nothing, don't say nothing, because she gonna go tell it."
Well, the reason that I was asking about that is because it's actually something that's good to have now. I think that a lot of the characteristics that we have as kids that may be seen as something bad or negative, that we don't necessarily need to lose those things. We just need to they need to be channeled in the proper direction. Like for instance, a kid who's really, really stubborn. When I see a kid who's stubborn and they just want to do things their way, the first thing I say is that kid's going to be a business owner.
Mm,
You know?
mhm.
So I mean, there's certain things. So now, with you being where you are, being nosy, you got to listen to everybody's problems now. You listen to everything and
Yes.
kind of soak it all up. And you've had plenty of practice from when you were a kid being nosy. So so it works. It works in your favor.
Okay. Well, when you say it that way, okay.
Okay, so now I want to move on to the mouth. Okay. So at what point in your life did you realize that you had a voice?
Was it fourth grade? I was really shy, very, very quiet, shy. Up until about fourth grade, I kind of came out of my shell a little bit.
Hmm. Okay. Now, when I say you realize you had a voice, Were you
Like a
talking?
platform?
Well, just realize that yeah, platform. But you realized that you had something to say and you started saying.
Mm,
And it could have been fourth grade because
probably, probably after my car accident when I was 18. Um, I guess I felt I had more of a voice because I had been through something. I was getting a lot of questions like, okay, so you're still diabetic. How were you able to heal? Things like that. Even though growing up as a type 1 diabetic, I did get asked a lot of questions along the way, like, oh my gosh, you're so young and you draw your own insulin, give it to yourself. Who taught you? How are you able to learn it? How do you take care of yourself now? I got a lot of those questions growing up, but I felt like I actually had my own platform that kind of made me, even though I was different as a diabetic because there weren't a lot of people speaking of being a type 1 diabetic back in that time. Um, but my platform still came after that near fatal car accident and all of those injuries that I went through, and my body being able to heal along with still having diabetes and being able to stand on your own 2 feet and wear high heel shoes and walk in them and the whole nine afterwards. That kind of gave me a platform.
okay. So connecting that nosiness, but now being able to actually listen to people's problems, or listen to people's concerns, and now making that connection to the fact that you have a voice now and you can speak for these people and you can speak to these people. I want to talk about now vision because you said you saw eyes too in that picture. So let's talk about vision. What is the vision for you and Eshwani Jane, the guy running for governor? What is you all's vision for the residents of Maryland?
Maryland as a whole, we want to come in and turn things around to make it better than it actually is now. The way we plan on go about doing that is first, Ashwani wants to take the money aspect out of politics. So we've already removed it from our campaign. So anything that we do is free for the public. Um, we're really open. We're really accessible. You can always contact us, whether it's by email or phone. We're always there. And this same open door policy that we have now, we're going to take to Annapolis with us once elected in. So you'll still be able to contact us. The phone numbers that we're giving you now will still be our cell phone numbers. So you'll still be able to contact us then as well. And it'll be a direct connect, whether it's him or me.
Wow, that's a lot because you're talking about being accessible to all of these residents. And I think that right there, I think that's something right there that kind of separates um, a lot of the people who actually care and the people who have a different agenda once they get elected. There's so many people that do this just for the title or for the power. Um, I don't believe very many people do it for the money because it's not a whole bunch of money in politics, believe it or not. So,
Right.
but I think they do it for the titles, they do it for the power, and once they get there, they're no longer accessible. They don't stand behind the things that they said, and because they're not standing behind the things that they said, they don't want to be accessible because all that means is going to be a bunch of people trying to hold them accountable for the things that they said that they were going to do. So that's huge right there to say that you're still going to be accessible because you're willing to accept that responsibility, to hear those voices, to hear the voices of those people. Um, which actually brings me to the next thing. So you said you saw a face. And actually, what I want to do is I want to pull that face up again so that everybody can see it. So what I've done is I've broken everything down. Well, you broke it down. You said you saw the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. But now I want to talk about this face again in totality. Okay. So there are a lot of residents in Maryland.
Yes.
That's a lot of different faces.
Yes.
A lot of those faces are not going to vote for you.
True.
If you get elected, what are you going to see when you see those faces?
If we get elected, what are we going to see
Yeah, when
when
you
we
look
see
into the
those
faces,
faces?
yeah, when you look into the faces of the people who did not vote for you, they're
Mm,
still residents of Maryland. They're still under you. So what are you going to see when you look into those faces?
people. I mean, there's still there's still people. Just because you don't vote for us doesn't mean that you're not a person. You're still a person. You're still a resident. You still need help. There's still things that we have to do for you, and this we know. Everybody's not going to vote for us. We already know that. So, yeah. And one of the things I always say is, please do your research and vote for who you feel is best for your future in Maryland.
Hmm.
We're hoping that it's us, but do your research.
Right. Okay. All right. So now let's move on to another picture. Okay. So in this picture, you said you saw a little dog, like a pug.
Mhm.
In this other picture, I saw the face. I don't see a dog here. I don't see a pug. I, the crazy thing is, I'm still trying to figure out what I see in this picture. But
Came up, I was like, oh, it's a little pug dog. I see the little ears to the side. I see like the lighter side of the face. I see an eye right by the ear. The way the mouth is at the bottom, it's like almost like the top part of a triangle. That would be like where the mouth is. I see the nose in the middle. I see a pug.
I see
And
none.
I've never had a pug, and I don't really know anything about pug. I was like, I see a pug, and I don't know why. And I said, let me Google pugs just to make sure this is the dog that I see. And I Googled it, and I was like, yep, that's it.
I
Oh, no.
do not see a pug at all. But again, I don't know what I see, and I'm going to have to figure out what I see there. But we'll come back to that a little later on in the show. I'll explain to you later why I need to figure out what I see there. But so I'm going to throw out some characteristics of pugs. Okay, I'm going to just run down a list of things. There's not just pugs, but dogs as well. But this is specifically for pugs. Okay, I'm just going to run down a list of adjectives to describe them. Okay, so charming, clever, mischievous, docile, stubborn, sociable, affectionate, attentive, playful, loving, quiet, and calm. Now, I'm going to say those things again, and this time I want you to tell me which one, or if it's all of them, then cool. If it's some of them, all right. But which one of these words apply to becoming a successful politician? Okay. All
Okay.
right. So I'm just going to say it and then you can say yes or no. Okay. All right. Charming,
Yes.
clever,
It's on the fence. They can go yes or no.
okay, mischievous,
No.
docile,
Yes.
stubborn,
Yes.
sociable,
Yes.
affectionate,
Yes.
attentive,
Oh yeah.
playful,
No.
loving.
They should be. I am, so I'm gonna say yes.
Quiet,
Yes.
calm.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to run through all of these words again, and I want you to tell me how many of them apply to you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, charming,
Mhm.
clever,
Mm-mm.
mischievous,
I can be.
docile,
Mm-mm.
stubborn,
Mhm.
sociable,
Mhm.
affectionate,
Mhm.
attentive,
Mhm.
playful,
Mhm.
loving,
Mhm.
quiet,
At times.
calm.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to go back to two words: clever and mischievous. Clever. When I said clever, I saw you kind of hesitate both times with you and with when describing the politicians. I think that the way that you are receiving that word is more of a negative thing. I think clever, you're looking at that as somebody trying to be conniving. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not necessarily what I mean there though.
Okay.
I don't mean I mean clever, Justin, just smart, able to kind of not negatively manipulate a situation, but manipulate it in a way that you get the best outcome. You're clever in getting what it is that you need to get. You're intelligent. So,
Okay. Okay.
so that's more so what I meant there.
Okay.
Okay, mischievous. This is really the one I want to talk about. So I believe that a politician, pretty much at every level, should have a certain degree of mischievousness, whatever the word is. Anyway, to be mischievous, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So, but again, and the reason I wanted to start off by saying with the whole clever, with the word clever, and saying and taking away that negative connotation, I want to take away the negative connotation with the mischievous as well. The reason I want to do that is because when you think about mischief, you automatically think of trouble, right? When I think of mischief, I think of somebody who kind of goes against the grain, somebody who doesn't do things the way everybody else is doing them. And we need to be at a point where and the thing is, the reason that I can call that mischief is because if there's a certain group of people that are used to somebody doing things a certain way, and then they come along and they start doing things differently, they may see that as mischief. They may see it as somebody that's causing trouble.
Okay. Okay.
But
Well, that's us because we're doing things different. Our campaign is totally different. We're running a grassroots campaign.
mhm,
Um, Again, we're not asking for any financial backing. All of our people on our team are volunteers, so they've all volunteered their time, energy, services to us. Um, yeah, so we're doing things totally different. And Ashwani actually started this in the beginning of 2021. So he was already off running by himself before he even pulled me on.
okay, okay, yeah. That is, I think that's something else that I just want to highlight. I think that's important. That's a huge job to be the governor of a state. It's huge. So when you choose your running mate, you have to choose somebody that you trust, somebody that you know that you can believe in, that you believe that the people will believe in. Somebody that you are proud to have standing next to you, and somebody that's going to represent everything that you stand for. And for him to recognize that in you, I think is huge and amazing. Um,
His parents always say that they feel that God brought us together just because of where we met, how we met. And again, God always places people where he wants them when he wants them to be there and what he need them for. So
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Okay. All right, so I want to move on now to this picture. Okay, this picture, you said you saw like Christmas decorations.
mhm.
Again, I do not see what you see.
Okay. So see the top part, the part like it kind of it's like it's draping.
Okay.
So that would be like your greenery when you're walking into like I don't know, let's say like Macy's or something. And
Okay,
you're
I see
walking
that.
in, and
Okay.
then the bottom part, of course, is something is always attached, whether it's a bell or something. But I don't. It just it when I looked at it, it would just look like Christmas, and I love Christmas. I love
Uh-huh.
Christmas.
Okay. Well, that I'm glad you said that because that actually takes me to the first question. So, um, what was Christmas like as a kid for you?
God, Christmas was awesome as a kid. We're talking about like in the 80s. Yes, I'm an 80s baby, so grew up in the 80s. Christmas was I'm the oldest grandchild. Christmas was all about me and what I wanted, and then so I'm born, I'm a baby, and then boom, we hit the toddler stage, and then it's like heartbreaking to the family. Oh my gosh, our baby has to take insulin shots, and we're responsible for giving her the shots. So then there becomes this thing where my grandparents are like, I can't get that baby no shot. And my mom's like, well, I'm going to need help. I can't do it all myself. So my mom's youngest sister, who is 11 years older than me, she stepped up and said, I'll take the classes with you and learn how to give her the shots.
Wow.
So, yeah. So Christmas was like, holidays period were just awesome back then. Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, 4th of July, whatever the occasion was, they were always like over the top. But Christmas was extra special because everybody's getting together. It's cold outside, warm inside. You got those decorations, they're beautiful. You got all your toys and stuff laid out, stuffed animals, the whole nine, clothes, shoes, you name it. So yeah, Christmas as a kid was awesome. I wish I could go back.
Mhm. So, um, decorations. You say you saw Christmas decorations. Okay, so let's say like lights. Okay. Now we're going to kind of get away from childhood. I want to bring it back present. The lights. Do the bright lights of politics scare you?
Yes and no. Um, yes, because it's different. It's something that I've never done before. No, because I don't mind a challenge. I don't mind learning something new, and some of it I already know. So that's where the yes and no comes in.
Gotcha. Okay. So, my final question about Christmas. There are a lot of families in Maryland who, um, you know, less than fortunate. They don't have the money to take care of their kids for Christmas, to give their kids gifts, or to just give them some of the same things that they may see that their friends have. And especially these days with kids, with social media, kids are able to go on the social media and see all of the things that their friends are doing and things that
Mhm.
they have. So you have some families that are less fortunate. So, do you all have plans to help the parents or just families, period, who are less fortunate?
The biggest thing that our campaign is trying to do is stop taxes, stop state taxes. Um, Ishwani says when he stops state taxes, that will put $2,000 back into your accounts. Um, and with gas prices the way they are right now, gas is actually a federal issue, but there are certain things that we can do within the state to accommodate with gas as well. So that's another thing that he'll be working on also. So there are things that he does have in place that fall under our policies. We have 150 policies listed on our website, which you can check out yourself at janeforgovernor.com, and it's spelled JAIN FOR governor.com. But yes, he does have things in place already for situations like that.
Cool. That sounds great. I would love for there to be no more taxes in Maryland.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is something I call flip the script. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the same pictures that I showed you, but they're going to be upside down. I'm going to tell you what I see in each one of these pictures. Now, you can ask me any question that you want based off of what I see in the pictures. If you can't come up with the question, then I'll just ask you another question. But the question is probably going to be completely unrelated to what we've already been talking about. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the face that you saw, this is the face that you saw.
Mhm.
And here's that same picture upside down. So what it looks like here to me, it looks like two men that are standing in front of a some sort of fountain, I guess. And it looks like they are connected by the fountain.
Mhm.
Or maybe they're just standing so close to the fountain that they're standing, I mean that they're touching it. But I see like the heads at the top, and seems like there's certain some part of the fountain at the top that is connecting to both of their noses. And then as it goes down, it looks like the fountain is also connected to their stomachs. But yeah, that's what I see for that one. Okay.
I kind of see that, and
Mm.
then like where you see the men, I actually see hippopotamus on on their hind legs, and the front legs are where the middle of the fountain is.
Okay, I see it. I see it. Is it just one hippo?
No, it's two, one on each
Okay,
side.
then I don't see it because I thought it was one. I thought I see one hippo actually. Like I don't see two. But okay, so the next picture. So right here, this is where you say you saw the pug.
Hmm.
So here's is the same picture upside down. I see. Let's see. I see a. It looks like a swan or a dove, I guess. On the left, at the top on the left. To the right of that,
Hmm.
it looks like an evil butterfly, and at the bottom looks like blood stains. This is my first time, like really looking at that picture.
Hmm.
That
I definitely see the dove. Not seeing the butterfly. Oh no, no, no! I do see the butterfly now. It's black. It's a black butterfly.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, I see the butterfly,
Hmm.
and I guess that could be blood.
Okay, and this picture you said you saw Christmas decorations,
Mhm.
and here's a picture upside down. To me, it looks like a bunch of people skydiving. It didn't take any time at all for me to see that one. That was really obvious.
Okay, yeah, I do see that.
Um,
I see the skydivers.
yeah. Okay, so do you want to ask me a question based off of one of these pictures, or you want
Uh,
me to ask you one?
let's go back to the second one with the dove and the butterfly and the blood splatter.
Okay.
Question:
Hmm.
why do you think that's blood splatter? Like, why wouldn't it be like a carpet, like a magic carpet on one side, and I don't know, something else on the other? Why do you see blood?
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm put the picture back up. You know what it looks like? Um, I think the reason that I was able to see blood, me seeing blood was an afterthought to the first thing that I saw. The first thing that I saw, well, the second thing I saw, the first thing I saw was the dove. The second thing I saw was the evil butterfly. And maybe subconsciously, because I see evil there, I
Mhm.
see something that could be the result of evil. So
Okay.
it goes from being an evil butterfly to blood stains, or blood splatters. Maybe that's why I see it. I guess if I saw that picture, if I saw that butterfly differently, I'm thinking I may see the blood splatters differently, because as I try to see something differently, when I look at the blood splatter, I see a frog on one side. I see a frog on one side. On the other side, I see oh, this is going to sound crazy. I see a rabbit with no legs.
All right, here we know. I don't see the rabbit with no legs, and I don't see the frog.
Yeah, they actually. I see a frog with a squirrel tail.
Okay, I do see that.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, I do see that.
Yeah, I see the frog with the squirrel tail, but on the other side, on the left at the bottom, under the evil butterfly, I definitely see a rabbit with no legs. That poor rabbit.
Rabbit with no legs. She said that poor rabbit.
Yep, that's what I see. But I think that it's. I think sometimes because of the first thing that we see and the first thing that's put into our mind, it kind of shapes the next thing that we see.
Mhm, mhm.
Uh, like maybe if I would have seen, maybe if the butterfly wasn't evil, maybe if it didn't look evil to me, then maybe just maybe it was I would have seen the frog first instead of seeing blood, or maybe I would have seen the rabbit first. Still wouldn't have any legs, but maybe I would have seen the rabbit first instead of seeing a blood splatter. But I don't know, that's just what it looked like to me. Um, I so what I do sometimes, I didn't get a chance to do it this time, but what I do sometimes is I just pick random pictures of things. And for my guest last week, I had this picture that I put up here, and then I, of course, just the same way I do with the Rorschach test, I just pick like a random picture, something that's currently going on. I put it up and I ask you, what is it that you think about this picture? And I'm mad that I actually took this picture down because I really wanted to ask you the same question about this particular picture. But I'm just going to tell you what the picture was. It was a picture of Joe Biden falling off that bike. Did you see Joe Biden fall off that bike?
Mm-mm. He was on a
Okay,
bicycle?
yeah, he's it's a video of him. He's riding a bicycle, and I believe he stopped, and I think he was trying to talk to somebody, and he just fell off the bike.
Oh no.
He's okay. Okay,
Mhm.
he's
I
okay.
worry about him. I worry about him.
I know, I know. I think a lot of us do. I think a lot of us do. But but um the question that I was going to lead into from there, is it too soon to think about presidency, for running for president? Whether you or Ashwani, is it
I was
too
gonna say for me, yes, too soon. For Ashwani, I don't know. I don't know what his next plans are. We're so focused on this campaign right here, right now that we're trying to get through. Um, do I think he would make a good president? Yeah, I do. He has like over 15 years of experience in government. He did work the Obama campaign when Obama first came in. He was one of the lead organizers, and he now works for the National. Speaking of kidneys, he works for the National Kidney Foundation as their um, executive. What's the word I'm looking for? Starts with a P. I can't think of it. Um, Not promotions. I forget the title, but he does work for the National Kidney Foundation
okay?
currently, and yeah, and he's out and about and in every county. Every day he's in a different county, so we have a full list of where he will be next. If you go to the website again, janeforgovernor.com. And yeah, like we're really, really open. We love to do Zoom calls. If you like to do a Zoom, if you'd like to do it in person, just let us know. There's the address. We're there. Yeah, so as far as him being a great candidate for president next, yeah, I would say yes for him. Yes.
Okay. Um, I didn't want to jump the gun, but I was just wondering if this was just the start of something that we were witnessing here. So
With
uh,
me, with me,
either one of you or both of you.
Well, he this is not his first. So he actually ran for Montgomery County Council
Okay.
a few years back. And yeah, so this isn't his first go round. This is my first go round.
Okay.
What's next for me? I don't know because I always let God lead me. So wherever God tells me to go next is where I'll go. If He wants me to stay in politics, I'll stay in politics. If He says, God says, "Hey, Latrice, I have something else that I need you to do. I have somewhere else for you to be," then again, wherever God tells me I gotta go. So yeah,
Obedience.
I feel as though He definitely has a purpose for me, and that's the reason why he has me in this place. There's a purpose for me in politics, whether it's reaching out and helping out um, in different ways. I'm still learning as I go along in regards to what it is God wants me to do and where he's placing me and why he placed me here. In regards to politics itself, I've been, oh my gosh, I have over 20 plus years of experience in government and health and the two together. I also worked on the Obama campaign as well. Yeah, so there's just a lot of experience between the two of us, and we're ready to get started. A lot of our hospitals right now are in dire need of organization. We need nurses. There are things that I'm like, I'm ready to get in there and really get started. And this is from what I've heard from residents tell me in the Prince George's County and Baltimore area, and as well as what I've experienced myself going to the emergency room currently. So yeah, I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready to get started, and he's ready to get started. So yeah, we're ready.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up now. But before we get out of here, I want you to again let you can give the website again. Also, let anybody know any type of events that you all have coming up, or if you want them to just refer to the website, if there are too many to name. Um, if you do want to say anything about any upcoming events, this I know right now we're recording. It's Monday. This show isn't going to air until Thursday, so it will be any event after Thursday.
Um, the best way to find out where we are would be the website again, janeforgovernor.com. That's JAINFOR.com. Um, and you can reach me directly. My cell phone number is 301-377-1863. Um, yeah, we're always out and about. If you have something that you need us to be at, again, contact us. You can also reach Mr. Jane. His email address is Jane JAIN FOR gov at gmail.com.
Okay. All right. So before we get out of here, I have one more picture to show you, and I want you to tell me exactly what it is that you see. Okay.
This podcast is so dope.
And I couldn't agree more. Trees, I just want to
The
thank you.
dopest podcast ever.
Thank you so much. And I just want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for the changes that you want to make in the community and just for Maryland residents as a whole. And I cannot wait to see what comes from this. I
Me
cannot
too. Me too.
wait.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much again for having me today, Mr. James. And I want to be sure to tell everybody again, vote, vote, vote. Please get out, vote, do your
Yes.
research on who you're voting on. And again, you want to choose the best candidate for you and what you want in your future in Maryland. So keep that in mind. But we would love for you to vote for us. Please vote us in. Again, it's Jane Hawkins Lytes. So you'll see Ashwani Jane, and then you'll see Latrece Hawkins Lytes underneath. And again, we are the Jane for Governor campaign. That is JAINFOR Governor.
All right, sounds good. And I want to thank everybody else for your time, and y'all be good to each other.